Hi guys, good day. It's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is we're going to find the general equation of parabola given the vertex and the vertices of the latus rectum. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So we have given vertex, there would be 3 and negative 2. Once again class, for vertex, there would be h and k. So our h is positive 3, our k is negative 2. And we have given latus rectum vertices, we have negative 2 and 1/2. 8 and 1/2. Now, if your parabola class opens upward or downward, you will be using the first equation, quantity x minus h squared equals 4p quantity y minus k. Now, if your parabola opens to the right or to the left, you will be using the second equation, quantity y minus k squared equals 4p quantity x minus h. Alright, so let's start with this given example. First thing to do, class, is we need to plot the following points. So vertex, let's start with the vertex class. So vertex 3, comma, then negative 2. Once again, vertex, there will be h and k. Now when you plot this one in the Cartesian plane, it should be ordered pair, x and y. So our x is 3 and our y is negative 2. Where's that, class? 3 then negative 2. X is 3 then y is negative 2. So x 3, once again, positive number for x on the right. So x is 3. And then y is negative 2. So this one right here, this will be our vertex. Positive 3 for x, negative 2 for y. This one right here, class. And then we label this one. This will be our vertex. 3, then negative 2. Alright, so our vertex 3, then negative 2. Now let's have the vertices of the latus rectum. We have negative 2 and 1/2. Where's that, class? Negative 2 and 1/2, once again, this is x and y. Once again, class, when you plot this one, class, always remember ordered pair. It should be x and y. X is negative 2. And then y is positive 1/2. If this is 1, so half of 1, that would be 1/2, right? That would be 0.5. So this one right here, class, x is negative 2. And then y is 1/2. Half of 1 between the origin and 1. So that would be 1/2. Middle part of the origin and 1, class, that's 1/2. Alright, so this one right here. Alright, so this will be the vertices of the latus rectum. This one right here, class. Alright, so negative 2 and 1/2. Let's label this one, negative 2 and 1/2. Alright, the other one, class, we have x and y. X, comma, y. Positive 8 for x. And then 1/2. Positive 1/2 for y. So this one right here, class. 8 and 1/2. So this one right here, 8 and 1/2. Positive 8 for x, and then y is 1/2. You need to do it, class, step by step, class. You need to be careful with this one. So half, that is half, this one right here, and then positive 8. Alright, so you label this one, this is positive 8, and then 1/2. Alright, so once you get that one, class, you can connect this one because this is latus rectum vertices, therefore this is the length. Okay, LR is the length, and then we have the vertices, so therefore this will be the latus rectum. Alright, so we can connect this one because LR, class, it means the latus rectum, and latus rectum is the length with regards to the focus. Okay. Alright, let me just connect this one, class, because we need to graph this one so that we will know that our parabola, it could open upward, downward, alright, left or right. So based on this given, class, therefore we know that our parabola, it should open upward because this is the vertex and this will be the latus rectum. So therefore our parabola opens upward. So our parabola, class, it will open upward. Of course, class, you will intersect in this latus rectum vertices. Alright, we don't have enough space, class. Therefore, class, our parabola opens upward. Alright, now question, sir, where is the focus? Now, for focus, class, once again, latus rectum, class, is a line that will pass through the focus. And we know that vertex is always aligned to the focus. If this is your vertex, once you have that parabola, once again, this is your vertex. Once you have that parabola, your focus, class, is inside the parabola and it is always aligned to the vertex. Once again, class, if you have this kind of parabola, let me just explain this one, class, for you not to be confused. If you have this kind of parabola, class, of course, you know that your vertex is here. Now your focus class, it is always aligned to the vertex. So if this is your focus, once again, if this is your focus inside the parabola, it is always aligned class, always aligned to the vertex. So example, this will be our focus, always aligned to the vertex, aligned to the vertex. Now your latus rectum class is a line that will pass through the focus. This will be your latus rectum. Alright, so latus rectum class is the length or a line that will pass through the focus. So therefore, this is the latus rectum. Alright, so therefore, we can now find the focus. By what means, sir? The focus class is here with regards to the line, aligned to the vertex. Now you count class the number of units starting from the vertex going to this latus rectum length. So starting from the vertex, okay, of course you will intersect at this 3. So 1, 2, half, that would be 2 and 1/2, right? Once again, starting from the vertex for you to get the focus with regards to the length of this latus rectum. So starting from the vertex, once again, our focus, we know class that our focus is here because focus is always aligned to the vertex. So once again class, just remember that one class, if you have this kind of parabola, this is your vertex, your focus is here. Always aligned to the vertex and your focus is inside the parabola. So therefore, the length is here class. This line that will pass through the focus, this is what we call class latus rectum. Alright, and this line class will pass through the focus. Therefore class, in this scenario class, we already know that our focus is aligned to the vertex. Our focus is here. Now the question is, how many units starting from the vertex to the focus? Because that would be the value of our P class, because we will be using this equation class. Alright, so we need to get the value of P because in our equation it says 4P. So P, to get P class, that would be the distance from the vertex to the focus. So once again, vertex to the focus, so 1, then 2, and 1/2. Once again class, P is the distance from the vertex to the focus. So starting from here, from the vertex, so 1, then 2, and 1/2. So that would be P is equal to 2 and 1/2. So you can change this one into decimal for 1/2. P is equal to, you can write 2.5, that's okay. Now if the teacher will not allow you to use decimal, you convert this one into improper fraction. 2 and 1/2, you convert that one into improper fraction. You multiply the denominator and the whole number. 2 times 2, that's 4, plus 1, that's 5. Simply copy 2. 5 over 2. So once again, 2 and 1/2 is just the same with 2.5, just the same with 5 over 2. So this 3 class is just the same, 2 and 1/2, 2.5, or 5 over 2. It's either of the two. It's either of the 3 class, because there are some teachers class that they will not advise you to have decimal. So instead of 2 and 1/2, you can write 5 over 2. That's the same class. Alright, so once again, the distance from the vertex to this focus, P is 2 and 1/2. 1, 2, and then 1/2. Now, it should be positive class. Once again, it should be positive 2 and 1/2 because you're going upward class. Once again, distance from the vertex to the focus, you move 2.5 units upward. If it's upward class, to get the focus, your P class is always positive. If it's downward, your P will be negative. Just remember that one class. We move 2 and 1/2 units upward, therefore class, our P is positive. So we have positive 5 over 2, or that would be 2.5. Alright, so let's substitute now the value of P in this equation. So we have, once again, we use the first equation. So this will be open parenthesis x minus our h is 3. So our h is 3. Close parenthesis, then squared, equals 4. Once again, our P is, we can write 2.5, that's okay. Or we can write 5 over 2. That's the same class. You can write 2.5 there. 4 times 2.5, you will have the same answer. And then, open parenthesis, y minus our k is negative 2. Once again, class, vertex h and k, our k is negative 2. You need to put another open parenthesis, then negative 2. Then close parenthesis. Once again, class, do not be confused, class. You have two negatives. This first negative came from the equation y minus k. So y minus this negative 2, class, came from the value of k, which is negative 2. That's why you have y minus, came from the equation, minus sign, then your k is negative 2. Alright, so we need to put parentheses class because you are not allowed class two negatives close to each other. You need to multiply these signs. So this will be x minus 3, then squared equals, you multiply this one, 4 times 5 over 2. So 4 times 5 over 2. Understood that a whole number, there is a denominator of 1. So 4 times 5 is 20. Divide 1 times 2 is 2. 20 divided by 2, that is 10. Alright, or 4 times 2.5, you will get the same answer class 10. Alright, so 10, then copy this one. Y, negative times negative, that will be positive 2. That's it class. This will be the standard form class. If the teacher will ask for the standard form, this is your answer class. That's the standard form class. Now, if the teacher will ask for the general form, you need to simplify this one class. Alright, so simplify this one. X minus 3 is squared. It means that you multiply this equation by itself twice. So let's convert this one standard form into general form, because we're looking for the general equation. So x minus 3 times x minus 3, we can use the FOIL method. Once again class, if it's squared, it means that you multiply this equation by itself twice. So use the FOIL method. Just remember class, FOIL method, first, outer, inner, last. So first, x times x, x squared. Alright, and then outer, x times negative 3, that's negative 3x. Inner, negative 3 times x, that's negative 3x. And then last, negative 3 times negative 3. Negative times negative is positive. 3 times 3 is 9. And then combine like terms, combine this one. So copy x squared. If you both have negatives, negative 3 times, negative 3 minus 3, both negative, simply copy negative sign. Then you add the number. 3 plus 3 is 6, copy x, plus 9. So x squared minus 6x plus 9. Alright, so this will be x minus 3. X minus 3, quantity squared, is the same with x squared minus 6x plus 9. Alright, then copy equal sign. And then you distribute this one class. Once again class, we transform standard form into general form. 10 times y, that is 10y. 10 times positive 2, once again, distribute, distributive property. 10 times y is 10y, 10 times 2, that's positive 20. And then we transpose this one class, 10y, and then 20, so that the remaining equation class on the right of this equal sign will be only 0. For the general form, it should be always equal to 0 class, for the general form. So we transpose 10y and positive 20. So this will be x squared, copy, minus 6x. This is positive 10y, it will be negative 10y. Once you transfer from this equal sign, you change the sign. So simply copy negative 6x. This is positive 10y, it will be negative 10y. Alright, and then copy positive 9. Do not change the sign class of 9, because 9 is already on the left side of this equal sign. We change the sign of positive 20 because we transpose 20 from right to left. This is positive, it will be negative 20, then equal 0. And then just simply combine this one class and you're all set. Alright, so our final answer will be copy x squared minus 6x minus 10y, 9 and then 20, positive 9, negative 20. If the signs are not the same, we subtract. 20 minus 9 is 11. And then we copy the sign of the larger number. Copy negative sign class. Negative 11 equals 0. All set class. This is the general form. All set class for this one. So once again, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video class, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again class, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.